YouTube. Since it's such a beautiful day out today, I decided we have to do something. Don't explode. These tires are pretty sketchy. Difficult place. Hopped up Solex. Wasn't expecting that. Kept in V23, ought to get a laugh out of that. Take it. Alright. Now, considering this thing did start yesterday, I don't see why it wouldn't again. Austin Healey. Alright, we should have plenty of gas. Check. We had oil yesterday, so we should still have oil today. Okay, it's British sports carrying on me, but there's enough oil in it, I'm sure. Starter with it. Not much of a brake on it anymore either. That's parking brake right there. Arise. Just after I stopped the camera, the thing started, so okay. Just put it in drive and leave it, because it really doesn't work quite right anymore. So okay, here goes. Oh, I haven't been on this thing in a long time. Maybe we'll take that out after. See how this thing does, if it doesn't break down. I put a new slip clutch in this, and God, it drives fine. Still got the original drive disc in it. Oh, we're going to have to cut across here. Drive chain, don't fail me now. What's with the old mopeds today? So, to those of you who don't know, this snapper was swapped for by Bay Mechanic 1009 about 3 years ago. In the swap also came a hot-rodded LT10 Sears, which he scrapped, the Dynamark, or Dynafart, this snapper, and there might have been one more tractor, I forget what. You might be able to remember me, and I'll put it in the caption if I do. I believe this is a 1986 model. It's a Series 6, if I'm remembering right. I haven't done much reading about it in a long time. It's got a Tecumseh 8-horse industrial engine. 5-speed, of course. It's either 25 or 28-inch cut. I can't remember. It's funny. No, I think it's a 25. Well, in fact, I'm sure it is. Now I look down at it. But, he bought this, and it started, and it ran fine. The tires were gone. Oh, toast, I should say. So, he tried to run it around. It would only run in reverse, sort of, at first. The clutch was dead, mostly because it's probably the flat tires were trying to make it move. And, see if I can roll us down here a little faster. That's a little faster. And basically, we had it running, it ran fine, clean oil. But one day we needed oil for another project, so we just drained it out of this. And I said, no, I changed the oil out of this, that was a different tractor. And I said, don't start it, I'll be over one of these days and I'm going to take it up to Alfred. I'm going to change the oil in it. Okay. Well, the next day, he had to move things around the yard. It's sputtering when I mention his name. I had to move things around the yard. Yeah, he had to move things around the yard. I said, oh, I'm just going to start it and run it around, even if it doesn't drive. Well, guess what happened? The engine locked up tight. Don't know how long he ran it, and he still claims that he didn't run it without oil, but it's obvious. It wouldn't seize on its own. So it sat in the yard for about 3 years. I think it was on its side most of the time with no dipstick or anything in it, so the water was just free to go through it. Rode it off as toast. So, I brought it to Alfred because my father likes the movie Forrest Gump, so I've got to restore this thing. That was over a year ago when I made the idea. So, turn around here. It'll take all day to go down the road. So, I brought it to Alfred, filled the engine with diesel and, PB blaster down the cylinder, sat for a week or two, just hammered the ever-living shit out of it, and all of a sudden it sort of freed up. Still no compression. Could never get it to start. The most I'd do is I'd put it on a big drill, and I'd spin it, and I'd get backfires and smoke, but that's about it. Rode it off as dead. The more I spun it with that drill, I sort of could get it to fire. Of course, the carb was pretty crapped up by then. It had been left wide open for so long, with water going through it. Well, one day I went out there with 5 batteries and a good battery-operated drill into the yard. Just started pouring gear oil down the air intake and in the spark plug hole, and mucked around with it for about 5 hours that day, and lo and behold, it started. And now it runs perfectly fine. Ended up cleaning the carb, and damn, she runs like a new motor besides burning a little oil. Solid state ignition, so I never had to muck with that. I'm quite impressed by this machine. It's been through a lot. It used to look a lot nicer. But somehow it still runs fine now. It'll start right up. It might be because it's sitting through the winter and all the oil drained out of it, but I mowed the neighbor's lawn with it once, and it's a little low on power, and it burns a little oil. It runs hot, but it cut fine. I can't get the blade off. I don't know what's going to become of this. The original idea was to restore it and run it at shows, so we wouldn't have to rebuild the motor or nothing. But I don't know, I might find a bigger, better mowing deck for it. Maybe keep the original engine, maybe put another one on, and get a bagger for it and use it in the summertime, and pick up leaves and things. I'm still impressed that it actually ran after sitting all that time, though. Quite a mark for a Tecumseh engine. I'm quite impressed by that. Not comfortable by any means. It shakes like a son of a bitch. And Manny touched up the paint with the wrong color. Matter of fact, total opposite color. And the seat had disintegrated. Hope this camera makes it to the point where you can get into the yard. Go past it. This is a speed record too, it hasn't broken down. It'll probably need a new drive disc, and probably it's grippy enough, I'm sure it'll wear out pretty fast. It's got notches out of it. But as you can see, it still runs pretty good. Once it's running, after it's run for a little while, it'll start up easy. It's usually if it sits for a week, a month or two, when it starts to have problems. I remember, this engine's in pretty bad shape mechanically. Considering what it's been through, it's fine, but amazingly. So it's going to be restored probably this summer, and well, most likely this summer. I might put an electric starter on it if it turns out to run good enough. Still impressed by the fact it actually started after all that, though. I wrote it off as a loss. Somehow it still runs pretty damn well. I wish I knew. That would hurt. Quite impressed by that little engine. Quite impressed indeed. Looks like the bowling has been leaking a little too. But, yep. So that's the Snapper. Now for the better track, or a better tractor.